I froze. I couldn't pick a button to click. So, hello everyone.
Like straight up. Here we are. There's my face.
That's right. Welcome everyone to our. I'm calling this the FOMO, the San Diego Comic-Con FOMO stream. San Diego Comic-Con is happening right now in the beautiful city of San Diego. Unless you're,
I always say that I would not like to go to San Diego Comic-Con just because of all the crowds and stuff. And I know it's still very crowded, but it seems like now as Hollywood has started to pull out of Comic-Con a little bit, like Disney has their D23 stuff, and just the studios for whatever reason, ever since the pandemic, have been like, we may skip out of like doing a big thing at Comic-Con. Now it feels like if that trend continues, it might swing back to the more I see more toy coverage happening this year, more comic coverage happening this year. I'm like, you know what? In 5 years, I might go back to. I would be like, oh yeah, I'll go.
It still looks like so many people, so many lines. Just
I would go like on a Thursday.
Yeah, but it does sound better, I think, as far as the comic book stuff goes, because later on when we get into it, it's really all comic book news that we have. I don't have this is a stream where we're just gonna talk about San Diego Comic-Con announcements. Now, granted, the big studio stuff, there are studios that are there that'll probably happen today.
On Saturday.
That'll happen today. So we might have a trailer reaction or something if anything drops. Jeff was maybe anticipating or hoping for a Masters of the Universe
hoping
a trailer or something. Jeff can't wait to see Jared Leto as Skeletor.
That's right. Love it. Have they shot any? Well, they wouldn't do anything. I was going to ask if they've shot. They've shot Supergirl, right?
They have shot Supergirl, but I don't think Supergirl will have. I mean, they're not there, right? So, and then we have my buddy Carlos in the chat. So this weekend I have double FOMO because the Star Wars Unlimited card game that I play also has their big like National Galactic qualifier thing in Vegas, and that's where Carlos and some of my other people, some friends and people that I know are at. So I got double FOMO this weekend. I'm not at San Diego. I'm not in Vegas. There's not even like a small convention or anything locally like this weekend here that I can like alleviate some of that just
just walking around and seeing cool stuff.
I need to waste my money and my time. I guess I could figure other ways to do that, but it won't be as cool.
So Carlos is currently in Las Vegas.
As vacant? So it's like 8 a.m. over there for them.
Is it as vacant as I hear? I went to Vegas like a couple of years ago, and it was pretty packed. But I keep seeing these TikToks where it's like nobody's going to Vegas anymore, and it's just
I don't know,
streets and stuff.
Carlos, let us know. Is there people in Vegas? I mean, I know you were probably cooped up in one event center all day, but is there people in Vegas? Carlos eating pancakes right now, so yeah, let us know.
Live coverage from Vegas.
Live coverage from Vegas from the Star Wars Unlimited Galactic qualifier. I might talk about it later on. See what happened, but we got a big show today. Regardless, we will start off with Jeff and I both. There's too many people here. All right, Vegas is alive and thriving. You heard it from the ground. We got boots on the ground. We have a little bit. We're gonna start with a very slight, non-spoilery chat about FantasticFour First Steps because both Jeff and I have seen it. We will have a full-on show. We will. What's that?
Everybody dies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no spoilers. I'm sorry, you said no spoilers. Oh, okay.
No spoilers. Yeah.
Everybody forget I just said that.
This guy's a spoiler guy.
Eating good.
It's funny because it also prompted me to also buy my first FantasticFour shirt in anticipation for the movie. I didn't realize until I opened the thing and I was like, oh, I don't think I've ever bought a piece of FantasticFour merch.
FantasticFour merch.
Merch. I got Spider-Man. I got Batman, Superman. I mean, got the brand new Superman. Hold on.
I do. I have an old Fantastic Four shirt floating around somewhere, but I think it's locked up in storage from back when I had some COVID weight that I gained. I'm working my way back down, but all those shirts had to go into storage for a bit.
You need a crop top.
I need a crop
Crop
top.
top
Fantastic
seasons
Four
here.
crop top. That's right.
But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Fantastic Four, and then we'll get into some of the news for Comic Con. A lot of comic book news, big things happening with a lot of these publishers. We won't talk much about the Eisners because I got a full other video on that already shot and ready to be edited. That's the editing part of the videos is what really slows down production. I'm really good at shooting them because I just go for it. But
I only know one thing out of the Eisners, in that I watched this other YouTube show, the Found Footage Festival. They play old like VHS videos that they find, but they also have a Saturday morning show where they revisit old Saturday morning cartoons, and they have somebody from the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library that is part of their show, and she won an Eisner last night. So congrats to Caitlin McGurk. She wrote a book about, I forget what the cartoonist's name is. This female cartoonist, but
okay. Well, maybe I talked about all that in the video. I don't know. I did skip a few categories because I'm not gonna go over the publications for kids and teens and stuff like that.
Don't get the boring stuff. We just want just give us the big names.
Give it the big name. The same things we skipped during our when we all did the nomination one. That's probably the same things I skipped. So
yeah, she was definitely in a Josh category. We'll put it that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Josh. Out on he's on vacation. See, we even have FOMO from Josh being on vacation.
Yeah, he's probably traipsing around a library somewhere.
Gosh. Oh, the library sounds nice. It's nice and cool in there. Oh my god. Books.
The internet.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess I have all that at home, but I also don't mind having library is cool because there can be people around, but they have to be quiet.
Right. And they look cool too. There's like a giant dinosaur skeleton in the Frisco Public Library.
Oh, is there? I don't think I've been to that one. Oh, that's cool.
Like
there's a really nice building in maybe the Richardson area. I don't know if it's I don't think it's the actual Richardson Library, but it's close to there. Maybe it's like a North Dallas one, but yeah, we have some fine libraries, I think, in the DFW area.
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't been to the downtown one in a long time, but that's definitely an endeavor.
It's cool to walk around. I always feel like I'm in the Ghostbusters movie, like when I'm in that one, like because it's so big and like ancient looking.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the museum. If I'm gonna go to downtown and walk around and look at cool stuff, I'd rather just go to the museums.
I mean, it's kind of like visiting the museum.
Yeah, those are all free. I think all those museums are free for the most part, except for like they have some exhibits that are off limits or like you have to pay or be a member or whatever. But we should do. I wish. See, Josh doesn't work at a museum anymore. He used to work at the DMA.
Oh, really? That's cool.
We could have hooked us up. Yeah, a long time ago. Big nerd. Can't get him out of the.
Anyway, that's brought to you from Dallas Tourism.
That's right.
Please pay us.
We're not. Yeah, no. Let's pay. Let's team up. The Dallas Board of Tourism and Visitor Center. All right. Let's get into some of these topics. Fantastic Four first steps. Jeff, when did you go watch this? Just real quick.
I saw it Thursday afternoon.
I think you got it. You watched it earlier than I did because I saw your Instagram post as I was getting out, and you had already watched it and posted it. So like, I know it's pretty instant to do that, but it did.
I think we were probably like 30 minutes apart because I think you're. Okay. Yeah, I think I just. I loved it. I had a great time watching it. I saw it at the Alamo Draft House, so I didn't see it at anything big or
same
anything like that. Just but I had a great time watching it. Did it blow me out of the water? No, but it reminded me a lot of like the first few, like Marvel Phase 1, like the good stuff from Marvel Phase 1. It is self-contained. You don't need to know anything else about the MCU. The more you know about the Fantastic Four personally, the more you'll get a kick out of it. Because there's a lot of just fun name drops. Like they're not integral to the plot at all, but there's just a lot of fun Easter eggs. I really had a good time. It's not. I had more fun with Superman. Superman has a lot more action in it, I think.
Somebody commented, because I did a little video with an initial reaction to it, and that was their main question, which I was like, I don't know. It's hard to compare because they're completely different movies too.
Yeah.
But I was like, if you want me to like quantify it, I gave Superman a 4.5 stars, and I gave Fantastic Four 4 stars. So whatever.
That's kind of where I'm at too. It's like that half a step back from what Superman is.
Take whatever.
But I really had a great time.
Same. I also had a great time. I really enjoyed I think the performances. Man, the cast in both of these films are like just what's driving the movie, which is insane. Some really cool visuals with the retrofuturism and all that, and then I think my favorite part of the film was probably anything doing with the surfer. Like,
the surfer's cool.
Anytime the surfer, like the surfer surfing, it's cool. Like it's just cool. So I know it sounds kind of dumb, but we'll get into more details when we do our full show.
It's surprisingly suspenseful in times where I'm just like, I don't, you don't. It's a superhero movie, so at no point am I really like, oh my god, these people are in jeopardy, kind of. But even still, like I'm still like, this is. There's some very tense moments. The score, the Michael, I have not been able to say his name for the last week.
Giacchino
is amazing. It's fantastic. Yep. I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it.
I did as well. So we'll get into all that. We'll talk more about it next week. Want to give people a chance to go watch it, because I also Thursday, like I was I went into the office, but we left a little earlier, so I was like, all right, take a chance. Alamo had like screenings every hour, so I was like, I'm gonna get in there one of those. I was gonna end up watching it Thursday regardless. I just I think I ended up going like around 4.
See, my feature was at 3, so we were about an hour apart.
Surprisingly, there was no like Fantastic Four meal at the Alamo, or like a specialty drink,
or even like Superman stuff up.
Even a bucket or anything, like, which is weird. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been cool. Like, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff already from other theaters for Fantastic Four, but an Alamo, they had the Mondo pint glasses. Those they get that for like almost every big movie, I think. So somebody did bring in their Herbie bucket from AMC, which I was like, this is interesting that you bring a bucket from a different place to another theater, but I guess I'm not gonna harsh your good times. I did take a picture
of
those
Alamo giant bowls and then just stuff Herbie with a giant Alamo.
I did. It's pretty big too. Like I took a picture of it. I'll post it later, but it's pretty big bucket. So
I saw that they were the AMC has a booth at San Diego, and they're selling the popcorn buckets there.
Yeah.
I also saw a TikTok earlier this week that said, like, for the movies, like they don't have any kind of, the company itself doesn't have any kind of return like avenue for the popcorn bucket, so they either sell out or they keep them forever. But they also don't have the SKUs or whatever to sell them. And so some of these theaters are sitting on like a ton of like Mission Impossible popcorn buckets that they can't get rid of. They can't sell them. They don't know what to do with them because AMC has like they're still part of the inventory for that shop, but they've taken the SKUs to sell them out of the system. So they're just kind of sitting in storage with nowhere to go.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll tell you this. I know a lot of those some employees have been running around with some of these bigger ones, like the Galactus and some of that other stuff that's a little harder to get.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I would definitely.
I mean,
maybe first crack at that stuff, yeah.
Pay them
You
better,
could
and
get
maybe they won't do that.
Like I would go, like if I like I would go and try to find one of those like Halloween dummies and pop the head off it and just pop the Galactus head on top of it.
Yeah,
Galactus, because that looks like life size, like
it's
human
pretty
life
big.
size head.
It's pretty big. So I mean, you can see it. It's only a little behind me. So, and I got a pretty big head. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll talk more Fantastic Four later. But what we can start with is this is not out of San Diego Comic Con, but it is some Kevin Feige, Big Kev, as some people call him over at the Marvel Studios. He did an
The
interview with like
Feigster.
the Feigster. God, they probably called him that in the 90s, huh? Somebody did. So I bet he hates it too.
And this is
The
the one episode of the podcast
Feigster
that he watches, and he's like,
making
"No,
making movies.
that's
What is
right.
that
He would
movie?
have been. That's
What is that movie from?
that's from a Saturday Night Live sketch. He's the copy guy.
Oh, okay.
It's Rob Schneider.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
ugh, ugh. I did. Side tangents. Since you brought that up, I did watch Happy Gilmore too. Man, oh man.
Oh.
My review was just that quote from the end of Billy Madison, like, "You are now dumber." Like everybody, what you just said is incoherent. It makes no sense. Not at any point did you make a rational statement, and everyone here in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. But Becky
I
Lynch
will
was
say
in it. That was cool.
I did enjoy that they have like I think it's Subway merch or something like that. Like they have like
They
little
do.
like Happy Gilmore. I was like, oh yeah, bring those back. Why don't we have like Batman cups?
I can't wait to go get my sandwich holder at Subway. My Happy Gilmore 2 collectible.
Yeah, we need to move out of popcorn buckets and back into collectible glasses.
I mean, they could do like a hot dog holder, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else? Nacho dispenser.
I just
pretzel,
want, yeah,
hanger.
Give me just like for when the new Predator movie comes out, just give me a super, just one of those. Go to Burger King and order a big meal, and you get a Predator cup.
Mm-hmm. I do want to go to Burger King because they have Naruto stuff right now and their kids meal. And
I kind of want one of those like mini the McDonald's Happy Meals, like the tiny, because they on the Happy Meals they have the mini Happy Meals on the inside toys.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. That's right.
Yeah, little McDonald's mini things.
All right. Well, now that our Subway ad is finished, Kevin Feige did an interview with a lot of outlets, and he was just talking about the future of the MCU, whatever that means. How they are kind of collapsing it from actually expanding. They had a 5-year roadmap. Now they have a 7-year roadmap, which is interesting. But I got a few points. I'll just kind of go through them. We can talk as much as we need to about it. Some of these things. The first thing, the MCU is shrinking, but that is on purpose. Kevin Feige that admits that after the Endgame, Marvel expanded probably too much, right? They've had about 127 hours of content since Endgame, where it was about 50 hours before. So viewers got overwhelmed. They felt like they had to watch everything. It was like really a lot of quantity over quality type of stuff. So Marvel's plan is to scale back 3 movies a year, 1 TV show in some cases. And then also these shows are not going to be like so intertwined with the larger scope of the movies that you feel like you have to watch them, like you have to do the what do you call it, homework, I guess, before going, because that was something that I don't know in your friend group or people that know you, if they know like, oh, you're the comic book guy, so like they would ask you like, what do I gotta watch before this or whatever. And I would just be like, I don't know, nothing, man. Just go into it, whatever. Like
just go watch it. Yeah,
you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But do you think Marvel stretched itself too much after Endgame?
No, I think they could have stretched further. No.
I mean, now that they have, yeah,
right, they can. Yeah, and he said pretty much what I think happened, which was Disney Plus, like COVID happened, and then they realized that they had to pivot to everything being streaming, and they were launching their Disney Plus app, and so they there was the mandate that they needed material, and I think that at that time they were riding on a high out of Endgame, and they were just like, yeah, unleash it all. Like, we have all these kind of like irons in the fire that probably were not fully developed, but they were like, and then I think at one point he said, like, people were coming to them and pitching them stuff because they were so popular, and they were just like, yeah, if we need the content, just run with it. And so they kind of took their eye off the ball, and like the stuff, everything started falling apart. It's interesting, like, if you look at the stuff that they've done in the Phase 4 and whatever, but then you also have to like if you go back and think, like, Ironheart, which was just released, was supposed to like come out like 2-3 years ago or something like that. Like, it was supposed to come out. Yeah. They had to reshoot a whole bunch of stuff. Captain America, and
I mean, the main actor is 50 years old now.
I know, right? Seeing
like
her do
like these Stranger Things kids, like, they are full on adults with Millie Bobby Brown, like, is married, owns a farm, and is rescuing dogs left and right. So, like,
yeah, thank God they have that de-aging CGI stuff, because they need it for all these kids.
Luckily, they nailed it already. So just look at
right.
Just watch. What did I watch recently? Was it The Winter Soldier? Yeah, where Tony de-ages himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was a Disney problem first and foremost, because they were demanding things, and then I think that Kevin was like, yeah, sure, let's do it, but then obviously the quality control fell through the floor.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're scaling back. And it does seem like they have, you can see through the stuff, like the ship getting fixed. You can see like the quality getting better. You can see them starting to focus in on like a direction, since they're the ones that started, like, I think inadvertently they were like, oh, every single one of these things has to be tied into an overarching story. When they got past Endgame, they were like, none of it is really connected, and we're just telling you comic book stories. And I think that that's the thing that everybody needs for these movies. In order for them to connect, there needs to be an overarching story. So they've kind of circled back around to like everything's kind of pointing in a direction now. So I think that's good.
Yeah, I agree. I think at some point, like, I think the stuff that was really cool and really good was the stuff that was more closed off from everything else, like WandaVision, right? That was kind of its own little thing. Loki season 1 and 2, although there are bigger repercussions for everything outside of those shows, the show itself was pretty self-contained. I think those were really good. Obviously, they had to do a big pivot with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because of a lot of things. But even then, the fact that they had it going on, like, if they hadn't had this mandate to make like 3 or 4 different shows, then maybe that could have been like a really cool movie, to kind of continue. Like, I think Cap, Sam taking up the mantle of Cap, officially, should have happened in a movie.
I think so too.
Happened in the series, right? So
I think so too.
But
like Hawkeye's great. I think Hawkeye's great.
Hawkeye's a fun watch. Yeah.
Miss Marvel, I think, is fantastic. But I think both of those were started pre-mandate. I think so. They were. I think even She-Hulk is great to me. It's just they rushed the CGI. You can tell it's rushed, and they were just trying to get it out. But if they had taken their time with it, I think it would have been a fine show. Like,
yeah.
But I think,
they also had to kind of redo the show, right? They wanted to do more a procedural thing that wasn't a superhero focus. Very similar to Daredevil. These lore shows, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's where you start getting into the mix, where they're like, they start pushing stuff out, and then they get halfway through, and they're like, oh, we need to switch up, and that's when you start seeing the things break down. And then we don't even talk about Secret War, or what was it? Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion, nobody mentions anymore. Echo, poor Echo, like lost in the shuffle. Moon Knight, I think, is forgotten. Although I thought I heard Coy Jandreau say that it's getting a second season now.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so maybe they're trying to wrap up some of these things to move into, X-Men phase, whatever comes after Secret Wars.
Yeah, I put on our names and I don't know how to take them off. So, oh well,
that's fine.
I haven't done
My
that in
name is Jeff.
forever. I don't know why that happened. All right, whatever. It's just gonna. It's I don't like them because the clips come out better when I take them off. But what the where? I don't know.
I hope this is a clip in itself right here.
Yeah, this whole. Oh, here we go. Style. Boom.
Woo! I don't need
Boom.
nobody knowing my name.
That's right. Wherever, if you want to know my name, go to the Cheers bar.
That's right.
Although I don't go to bars, so they might not know me there either. All right.
Nor do I live in Boston, so
yeah. Go to my local shop. They know me there.
Go to Titan Comics.
The other thing was that Doctor Doom obviously has replaced Kang as the big bad. And this, according to Feige, like Kang is officially out. Doom is in. Doom is hot. Doom is everything. But Feige confirms that Kang wasn't just strong enough to be the big bad. I'm sure that's part of the reason. I don't know if that's the full reason.
I don't. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of mixing truth with hopes.
Yeah. Well, he does say that Marvel started pivoting even before Quantumania was released. So I don't know. I don't know if that. Yeah, I mean, Quantumania is it's an okay movie, but it's not the slingshot that you want for your big bad guy. So
I
you
think
gotta
Kang,
bring on
Kang is
RDJ back.
definitely yeah. That part I'm still waiting to figure out. Kang is a much tougher sell to a non-comic book audience, as he's a time traveler who is.
Look, I'll say this: I'm a big comic book person, and he's a tough sell to me in the comic. Like I can't tell you a story where Kang has appeared that I'm like, oh yeah, I love that story. Like maybe I
He
think there
does.
was a No Surrender, maybe Avengers No Surrender. I don't know if that was the Kang one. One of those.
Yeah, there's a great Avengers run with gosh, I don't remember who was writing it at the time.
I think Mark Waid and Al Ewing or something were combined in some. It was like a 10-issue thing. It was just like a mini series or something. But
we might be talking about totally different things too.
We
So
probably are.
That's how Kang's. I do think that going into Kang, because he said that they hadn't quite cleared up all the Fox stuff yet. Maybe, but my guess is that going into like who do we after Thanos, who do we have left? Kang is the next, the biggest thing that we have full on rights to. That's kind of your big bad. And then you get down the road that way. But I think in the back of your head, you're always like, God, I wish we had Dr. Doom, or I wish we had, somebody else. And then all of a sudden you get like 2 weeks later, you get Dr. Doom. So I think maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. That we're like, if we had Dr. Doom, we could do this with it. But I don't think that they were like actively writing anything until the actor did what the actor did, as Kevin Feige put it.
Recently, somebody commented on one of our shorts on the channel that Ben Mendelsohn talking about how much he loves Doctor Doom. Like it was like an interview for maybe I don't know Rogue One or
I think I remember seeing something like that. Yeah.
And the reason I made that short is I grabbed that clip from the video and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if he was Doctor Doom. I think he'd make a great Doctor Doom.
He'd make a great Doctor
Doom. So, okay. Next, lower budgets, bigger creativity. Budgets are being cut for these movies. Oh, we can tell. Just kidding. Give the CGI artists enough time, Marvel. Where's that in your plan? But budgets are being cut as much as 30%. Marvel met with the team behind the creator. I think is it Garrett Edwards, maybe? Because he just did. Yeah, Garrett Edwards just did the Jurassic World film, and he's very well known for having these films that look great, and they don't cost a lot of money. So they met with that team just to kind of learn, like, how do you do that? Well, maybe stop throwing money at everything. So no big, not running away with big effects and tighter productions. Now, granted, that's probably hard because whether it's you want to have a lot of characters or you want things to look really cool because a lot of these characters, like outside of the street level heroes, like a lot of this stuff just requires so much CGI. So
yeah, I think I also like you and I both work in corporate worlds, so I think that there is this tendency to like just throw money at stuff,
yeah,
and not necessarily be smart about how you're throwing money at stuff, and so you just need somebody like Gareth Edwards to come around and be like, well, if we think about these things beforehand, then we won't. Like, I think it basically just comes down to planning, you know.
yeah.
But I think that sometimes there's such a speed behind these productions that like just get into it, and then once we run into the problems, we'll just throw money at the problem, and then
And
just
sometimes you
exactly
have
how corporate
consultants
works.
that come in and tell you like, oh, you should change your name from HBO Max to just Max. And then
Yeah,
5 years later, they're like, you should probably change it back to HBO. It turns out that HBO was the part that people were really interested in. So,
yeah. I know that I've
uh,
told you that $10 million, please, because this is my
money,
consulting
please.
fee.
Look, we'll do that for cheaper. We'll take $5 million for that.
I will take $5 million to change your name to Max
Mhm.
back to HBO.
Oh, I can't wait for CBS Plus to go back, for Paramount Plus to become CBS Plus once again. Um,
Yeah,
CBS Plus Showtime. They're just gonna split it up into two things. Um, but yeah, I mean that feels like some of these movies that make the most money are the like those horror films that cost maybe 50 million to make, and they end up making like the first Megan, or like just that Happy Death Day, like all those little things, or even those Smile movies that just
yeah,
make
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
money for people. Like you can make a movie with not all the money in the world. Maybe stop paying RDJ like all the thousands of millions of dollars and get yourself a new actor. He already, he had his moment. He's doing other stuff. He's doing Doolittle stuff
Exactly.
or whatever. Can you imagine if Doolittle had taken off? We wouldn't have Doctor Doom as our RDJ as Doctor Doom.
He'd be Dr. Doolittle the whole
He would
time.
be. He'd just be a different doctor. Which I was watching Doctor Strange last night, and that sequence where an ancient one opens his eye, I love that sequence where he just travels through like whatever in his astral form.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
chef's kiss. Scott Derrickson, we didn't deserve you. Although I love Sam Raimi too, so I'm not too mad about the sequel. Um, anyways, back to the MCU. I guess that was all MCU related. He does say, "Don't hold your breath" for Miles Morales. I think they're on a Peter train for now for Spider-Man. Uh, and also I
That's
feel
what
like Miles.
out of all the things I would love to see is I would love to see Sony just give up
Yeah.
and just be like, just give us $1 billion and you can have Spider-Man back, or whatever the cost of
Whatever the
Spider-Man is.
cost. Yeah.
And I feel like it shouldn't, like it, they'll ask for whatever the farm, but it shouldn't be, because they haven't been doing anything with it. Every time they try to do something, they fall flat on their face. Except for Spider-Verse, which I feel has a lot of Marvel influence behind
Oh
it.
yeah.
At least the first one did. So
And
I'm just like, you can't, when you're bringing Madam Web to the party. As much as I love Madam Web, it's time to give up the sauce. Like you're not, you can't do it.
yeah, if
Uh,
you're not gonna make a Spider-Man movie because you want to
and
keep
that
working
article
on
that came
Marvel.
out, the
Mhm.
article that came out that said they could have made a Spider-Man movie the whole time, they just chose
Yeah,
not to. I'm just
it's
like, what are you
wild.
doing? What's the problem? Yeah,
That'd be
it's
like
just
if you
get rid of
just
it.
like if you could take your car anywhere, but you choose to keep walking everywhere instead for whatever reason or
Yeah,
something. I don't know. Like it just feels like uh so yeah, no, I don't know. I mean I don't I didn't I like Miles having his own thing in the Into the Spider-Verse stuff.
yeah.
Uh so I feel like Marvel would kind of ruin it. Um yeah, I don't know. Like it's like, oh, it's not cool anymore because Marvel's actually doing it now. So let's see. The last thing, oh, I guess there's a few more things that I talk about. TV is they're changing their philosophy when it comes to TV shows, and then this kind of goes back to the first thing we were talking about. They just don't want that to be homework for people,
Yeah.
right? They say a lot of fans that if Feige wants to treat TV just like TV again, not really interwoven, um, not super much into the weeds, like whatever happens in the movies happens on TV shows, and everything's kind of really connected. he feels that Thunderbolts underperform in part because a lot of those people felt like they had to watch the shows, which that's ridiculous. I think that's yeah, I don't know about that. Like, you had to watch the Black Widow movie, I guess. For like half of those people, you had to just watch the Black Widow movie or Ant-Man 2. Like,
I also feel
really?
like a lot of that stuff is like one of the Marvel's biggest problems is their marketing team. They need to get their marketing team in check because their marketing team like spoils stuff, and like it's weird the way their marketing team works. But I think that they could also use their marketing team for like something like Thunderbolts. They need one of those like trailers for dummies where they're like, John Walker, wasn't he Captain America at one point? Like where they just like exposition throughout the trailer to show the audience, general audience, who each thing is, so they could just be like, oh, I know who these people are when I go into the movie. Like,
I mean,
with that, and the movie itself does a great job of explaining who they are. But if you don't get them into the theater in the first place, like if they're already outside the theater being like, I don't know who these people are, I don't care. Like that's why you need that little primer for them going into it.
I think
for the
John Walker was really
normies
the only one. John Walker was the only one you really needed to have watched the Falcon Winter Soldier TV show.
I know
right?
that. You know
Everyone
that,
else.
but
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why they blame the TV shows for the movie underperforming. All the other characters were from movies, right? They might have appeared in TV shows. Like, yeah, Yelena was in Hawkeye, but it's not like It's not like from the Black Widow movie you needed to follow Hawkeye to see how Yelena evolved or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you can pretty straightforward go from Black Widow to, for both Red Guardian and her. Ghost was kind of a blip in the Ant-Man movie, I think.
Yeah.
So,
but I think just as a general audience, they're like, oh, all these are from the different Marvel thingies, and like if you ever heard a non-Marvel person talk about Marvel, I was thinking about this the other day. So like all the people that used to pick on like nerds for reading comics, you're like, oh, comics are so like all those people turn into the film nerds. And the film nerds like to pick on the comic book movies because they're like, oh, you got it. And one of their big thing is like you have to do so much homework and stuff and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't go into a movie about Abraham Lincoln thinking I need to know every president, or up to that point, and like Lincoln's cabinet, and I need to know all the intricacies of the Civil War and stuff, because I just go into the movie expecting the movie to tell me a good story. But I think there's something about the comic book movies where they're like, too many people. What's all the colors? Flying.
I will say the reason I haven't watched the Lincoln film with Daniel Day-Lewis is because I don't want to go back, and I haven't found the time to go back and rewatch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter from his younger days.
And it is critical watching to watch.
I think so.
Too. Yeah.
And then is that connected to the Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies movie? Like, I don't know. Like
it's a very intricate
so much homework.
Yeah,
literally feels like homework for me to go watch this historical movie about Abraham Lincoln.
right. You don't know.
And then do I have to watch all the other Daniel Day-Lewis movies because I haven't seen The Phantom Thread? It's a lot. It's a lot of work. Like, I love Steven Spielberg, but how many ET Easter eggs are going to show up in the Abraham Lincoln movie?
Yeah. It was weird when Richard Dreyfuss pops out of nowhere looking for the aliens.
I do have the video on YouTube queued up. 153 Easter eggs you missed in the Phantom Thread. Yeah, just go to the movies. Go to the movies, you nerds.
Do I have to watch the Phantom Menace before I watch the Phantom Thread? It's a weird sequel.
All right. We also have, of course, they asked about Secret Wars. Now, Secret Wars, he made this he really emphasized the point that it's not a reboot, but it will be a reset. There's no plan for the X-Men yet, but there's potential for other solo characters to kind of come back to the forefront, like Shang-Chi and people like that, which I can't believe they never followed up on the success of Shang-Chi. It's ridiculous. Like, I get it for Eternals and stuff like that, but man, Shang-Chi was a hit. It was like, oh, Black Panther's cool, Shang-Chi's cool. Like, let's just keep making more of these, but they didn't. So
sad.
All right, let's see. They're moving a lot of stuff to the UK to film over there. Well, hit them with the tariffs, I guess.
Right.
Oh man, is that the thing? Will movies get affected by tariffs? I don't know how that works.
They tried to do it, but I don't think it works that way.
Yeah. And then he called it, let's see, the FantasticFour strategy. Just really cool standalone movies that require no homework. He talked a lot about homework. He must have been traumatized. What did oh, never mind. I think was he a Feige? Did he work with Jeff Jones or was it the other way around? Let's see. Okay, Leonard Kim in the chat. Wait, Eternals and Shang-Chi had similar box office results. If we're clamoring for more Shang-Chi, let's have the same energy for Eternals. I mean, I would watch more Eternals. I like that movie, but we won't get any more Salma Hayek. So, like, what's even the point? I think, you know. I know
I would
Angelina Jolie ain't coming back to do more of those.
Nope. Just give me Kumail. That's all I want.
That's right. Or even the Keegan Allen. What's his name? Barry Keegan. Barry Keegan. But he's probably gonna be busy with Matt Reeves hanging out. So, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I think that covers.
It is ironic that the Eternals is a one and done movie.
That is funny. At least we finally addressed the big Eternal in the room, or I guess in the Indian Ocean.
I think Feige did say in one of his interviews, like we're probably not going to see a bunch of these kind of characters that they introduced in these. He's like maybe they'll come back, just like comics. Maybe they'll come back around if somebody has a story for them that they can use, but for the most part, they're not in the immediate plans for some of these. So I think we're Star Fox. Sorry, you have to go to your own real movies. You're not going to be in a real movie.
It was that quote that really did him in.
That's right. That's right.
He was like, "Wait a minute, this guy doesn't know what movies are. He's never seen a movie."
Get him out of there.
Okay. Any last thoughts on the future of the MCU, Jeff?
He did also say they're gonna probably replace actors. So they're going to eventually replace Steve Rogers. But it'll still be the same Steve Rogers and the same Tony Stark. Like it won't be RDJ playing those characters anymore, but they will, like in the same vein as like they've had multiple people play Batman or James Bond. It'll be going forward. They're not going to be.
Hold on a second, Feige.
Actors.
I guess Bond makes sense. Batman's
different, I guess, universes if you wanted to think of it.
Although that way, I guess the Tim Burton. I mean, I guess Tim Burton through Batman and Robin, that was kind of supposed to be in the same universe.
That was the same Batman.
Whatever, right?
It had the same Alfred, so I get it, yes.
Alfred was the Nick Fury of
Alfred was Alfred and Commissioner Gordon
was Nick Fury. Speaking of Alfred, I think that clip of you talking about Alfred making you tear up, I think got a lot of views on the channel.
People love a sensitive
man. Have a stream where Jeff just cries.
Where I just cry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of the. Anyways, all right, let's pivot to comic books. Justice for Harry Styles. He did this to himself, Leonard Kim. With that whole "Oh Your Darlings" debacle, or no, what was the? Yeah, I think that was a movie, right? That was the Olivia Wilde movie.
The Olivia Wilde movie, yeah.
So, all right, we're pivoting to comics because we're already 44 minutes into this thing, and I want to touch on a lot of things. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the little teaser trailer for the DCKO event that's coming up. I haven't looked into this other than that really cool cover by Daniel Warren Johnson, where
that's so good. Oh my gosh!
Where Superman is doing like a suplex or some kind of pile driver. I don't know the name of all.
Brain Buster or something.
Yeah, like a Brain Buster on Darkseid. So let's check it out. You should be able to hear it. Okay, cool. Oh, I just got up from that.
Hey, Booster's back.
Oh, oh. Ooh, Javi Fernandez.
Superboy.
I mean, we'll probably talk more about comic stuff, but I did catch up on that storyline. The we are the future or whatever.
We Are Yesterday.
It's bonkers.
Have you read? Did you read? I haven't read it yet, but this last week's issue of Justice League Unlimited. I need to finish.
I read this, and you know what prompted me to read that? I read next week's Justice League standalone one shot that kind of sets like a lot of this stuff up, and I was like, oh yeah, I never went back and finished that other stuff, so that's why I did. So yeah, it'll be really fun. Yeah, King Omega.
I'm super loving everything DC is doing right now. I was a little afraid when I heard this getting pitched and it was by Scott Snyder. So there's a one moment when DC's coming out of the New 52 and they're trying to course correct, and they have the Metal series and there's the Doomsday Clock, and I feel like there was something. The Justice League was going through something, but there were 3 stories that were all trying to explain how to get out of the New 52 to back into a more post-crisis. These heroes have all known, they're all friends, like Superman never had that short haircut, kind of like he never wore a t-shirt. They were trying to get out of that stuff, and there were like too many ways that there was Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, and Jeff Johns were all trying to explain it away in different ways, and it annoyed me. And I was like, let's just get through this so I can go back to enjoying it. And I was a little afraid that we were going back to that. But after reading the article on this, how it's like, it seems like they've given the reins to Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, and Mark Waid, and like they're just letting them, like it's just great. It's just they're just kind of like letting them steer the
So DCKO is here's from the creators. DCKO is a knockdown, drag-out fight between all your favorite DC superheroes in a cosmic tournament to save the universe from Darkseid. Darkseid has evolved into something bigger and stronger than ever. He's destroyed the future. There is no future for the DC universe because of what he's done. The only heroes is only one shot is to stop him in the present. So they have to take the Omega King crown from him, I guess. I don't know. It sounds cool. Like,
yeah,
it sounds cool. It looks. I love Javi Fernandez's art, so that's gonna be fun. And I think DC's in a very good place right now. I think that they've made a lot of really smart decisions. So I'm very excited for that. Like,
and I think the best thing they're doing is, so they're also telling this kind of like overarching story through all their titles, but it's not affecting their titles really. It's interesting that they're kind of only exploring it in the big like events, and it's a little, and it's just kind of peppered throughout the Absolute books, and it's peppered throughout a couple of different specific books like New Gods, Challengers of the Unknown, but like they're very specific as to where they are happening.
Yeah, that's next on my list to catch up on the Cantwell's Challengers of the Unknown, because I read the first 2 and I was like, oh, this is going to read so much better altogether. But I think they've had the first 5 out. So, all right. Next, we're going to talk about the Absolute Universe. DC Comics going with Absolute Evil reminds me a lot of Forever Evil from back in the day, if you remember that, Jeff. Which I think I enjoyed overall.
I like
but
it.
that's just I love that nonsense. Let me see. Is this a good layout for this?
Sure. I call it DC's Acts of Vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Or Axis.
All right, so we're getting 2 Absolute Universe one shots and then a new series. So to set the stage, Absolute Evil #1, which is going to be a story that features a lot of different new villains in the. I guess a lot of the villains that we've seen from these books are gonna maybe start gathering.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the Absolute Batman 2025 annual, which will be
Daniel Warren
drawn, I
Johnson.
believe, by Daniel Warren Johnson. Yes, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, James Herron, and Meredith McLaren. Holy moly! That's
Yeah,
I mean, what
I
a
would have seen
cover.
Meredith McLaren draw Batman.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
So cute.
And then we get to see Catwoman, which what an interesting design for Catwoman.
Nick
Nick, your
Dragotta loves drawing bubbleheads.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I think I've seen a different view from like a different angle. I think this just kind of looks like a weird angle too. But I saw somewhere that Batman, Absolute Batman, and Absolute Wonder Woman are gonna meet.
Yeah, they have a crossover coming up.
Yeah. We're also getting more lanterns finally. But like whenever we start talking about Oa, that's gonna be very interesting. So yeah, very excited for that as well. I'm still loving the Absolute line.
Is
Everything
that
they're doing, it's really working for me.
you have they're also launching new Absolute titles,
That's
or at least one.
you read my mind. Let's go to our friends over
Good,
at
good
comicbook.com.
segue.
That's right. Let's see. Do we have an actual image for this? Yes. Absolute Green Arrows coming. With now, before this, when this was announced, I don't think he was Eisner winner, but now he is. Jin Liu Yang is doing this. Who's the artist on this? Let's see. Oh no, porn. Oh porn. Oh no, Jin Liu
Guys
Yang
like
is
his
taking
points.
over something else later on.
Yeah,
Pornsack Pischershit, who put together that anthology for Image with all those one shots, the
Horizon Experiment.
Manchurian, yeah, the Horizon Experiment, and then Raphael Albuquerque, who what is he doing currently? He did an issue of Turtles, and he was doing
Doing
Huck.
Superman. Absolute Superman
He's
right now.
doing the Superman book with Dan Slott as well. You're right. So yeah. Whereas Batman doesn't have his fortune in the Absolute Universe, Green Arrow does. However, the new Green Arrow title leans into Oliver's 1% status. About time Green Arrow had a message, right? I feel
Yeah,
like
finally.
Green Arrow is the hero that definitely puts his views out there the most, as far as like
Oh yeah, definitely.
his political views. Uh, I mean that Green Arrow Green Lantern book I think was very much about their differences in how Hal was a lot more conservative.
How's a cop?
Hal's a cop,
How's a
but even
cop?
then, like just conservative. He's a lot more conservative when it comes to a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool series. That one.
Green
So
Lantern
let's
always
see.
taking care of the purple folks.
That's right. But nonetheless, this looks cool. Is there another image for this? Image courtesy of DC Comics. I guess not. They didn't really do a lot. But I mean, I like Ollie, and I haven't. Here, let me get you out of this setup. I haven't really been into a Green Arrow series in a little while. Um, Joshua Williamson
Yeah,
kind of it got fuzzy after the Absolute Power because
yeah.
Green Arrow was such a big part of that. But then I'd never kept and once the reveal happened, I never kept reading after that. So
I've yeah, I read that. I read that last up until you read that the last Green Arrow, the whatever it's still going on right now.
yeah,
Series. I read it back when Kevin Smith brought him back from the dead,
yeah.
and then a little past after he left that. So I picked him up here and there, but I'm not like. And I watched the show, but outside of that,
All right, let's go to the Marvel side now. They did pretty good. They did pretty good with the sharing their news, I think. So I think this is all coming out of Jonathan Hickman's
Imperial.
Imperial, which I think we talked about last week on our Sunday stream for comics. We're both really enjoying. So it looks like there's going to be some cool stuff, including Planet She-Hulk by Stephanie Phillips and Aaron Cooter,
which is ongoing. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a team! Which makes sense because if you read the Imperial, she stayed behind to kind of like keep track of things. And then we're getting a new book. Richard Rider is coming back. There's a sad man. Richard Rider's been through some shit.
So you know what happened to Sam Alexander? Is he no longer?
I don't know. I think all the Nova is like the power just went away. There's only one working helmet or something now.
That's what I'm gathering. Yeah, it's just Rich Riders.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be spinning from the pages of Imperial Nova Centurion, where he's kind of like this hero for hire, which I think is really cool. Jed McKay on that with Alvaro Lopez, a really cool cover by Alessandro Capuccio. And then we'll have Black Panther Intergalactic in December, Imperial Guards and Exiles in winter of 2026. So probably, I think, when they say winter 2026, I imagine that's the early part of the year.
I'd hope so. Not at the end of 2026.
Yeah. Because I mean, winter technically starts like at the end, I guess mid-December. But yeah. But it makes sense now.
I'm curious as to about. I love that She-Hulk's getting a series. I'm sad that it's not Rainbow Rowell's. Like I love that last series that they had with Rainbow Rowell. I love Stephanie Phillips and it'll be, I'm sure a really good comic. But I am mourning the loss of that old She-Hulk run, and I would love to know more about the Exiles because I have a fondness for that book from way back in the day.
Which characters from Imperial would you think are part of that Exiles? Like maybe Wiccan and Hulkling? Like maybe you think that'll follow them? Because Exiles to me always kind of feels like an adjacent to the X-Men.
Yeah,
but in the Imperial thing, I don't see a lot of X-Men characters other than like the Shi'ar, but I guess the Shi'ar Empire feels very X-Men coded to me.
I had heard, and this was, I guess, somebody's just random speculation on the internet, that some of what Hickman was doing way back with the Krakoa stuff in his New Mutants book, because he had started to play around with the Sam and Sunspot, being up with the Shi'ar stuff.
I remember that.
And Sam is married to one of the Imperial Guards.
Yes.
So maybe
that boy really made it out of the farm.
Yeah, he really did. He really, really did. So maybe it'll have something to do with that, like my guess is if it's mutant adjacent, it's got to deal with the Shi'ar stuff.
Yeah,
especially since we know, that there are actively coups happening in those empires right now. So,
if you thought Earth was in disarray, Marvel Cosmic
definitely.
All right. So this is also cosmic and alien related, but not alien like extraterrestrials, more like alien the creatures.
The xenomorphs.
The xenomorphs, that's right. We know they're making a comeback. We're getting a new book. Let's see. Following the success of Hickman's Avengers versus Aliens, Frank Thierry and Stefano Raphael are doing a 4-issue series. Captain America, Alien versus Captain America, which I don't want to see Captain America get chest bursted, but I also wouldn't be opposed to it.
Is vibranium stronger than?
But I tell you this, one of the Howling Commandos is definitely going to get chest bursted.
Bye Dum Dum Duggan.
That's right. Ooh, look at this Dan Panosian cover. We were just talking about Dan Panosian the other day. So good. So good. Good stuff. I like these. I like these little miniseries. I've been reading. I read all the Predator ones, and I guess I'll do the same for the Alien ones. So
I don't. I might check it out. I love Cap. I don't know if I want to see him fighting an alien.
feels like so out of his depth. So I think that'd be
Right.
cool. All right, that's those are the big DC Marvel. Did I miss anything, Jeff? Do you think that from what we're thinking, from what you heard, any more
No, I
DC
haven't heard
Marvel
anything
things before
else.
we?
I've barely heard anything from Marvel, honestly.
Yeah, it's been kind of hard. I don't know if maybe they were waiting to do more announcements today, or we'll see. If anything else comes up, I mean, we'll definitely talk about it at some point. So
They feel in
pivoting
flux.
pivoting to another big property, and this one that's so funny. I just have the. I didn't even pull up an article. This is just the threads from Threads. Just announced Teenage Mutant Turtles Battle Nexus, the raddest TMNT event of the decade, kicks off here. 5-part weekly series. Weekly, damn. Oof, that's gonna hurt the wallet. The heroes for the first time, the heroes in the half show meet allies from other fan favorite TMNT universes as they fight for their lives and discover unbelievable secrets in the Battle Nexus. So we have this really cool cover here. I don't know much about who they might run into, so maybe just like other versions of themselves. Sounds
The
like,
Turtles in Time. Yeah.
yeah. Let's look at this other cover.
Maybe.
See, I don't know. Oh, these are. I don't know who these other these. I guess these are the bad guys. That looks like did they just pull a shredder from the original comic, like from the old comics,
It's kind
and they're
of
like,
look like the original Shredder.
we'll bring you here. Maybe there's some time travel shenanigans involved. I don't know this giant turtle or the
Maybe a
robot.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, I mean that's a crossover we've seen before. But I'll check it out. I think IDW's did some really cool stuff with the turtles. The turtles. Speaking of turtles, though, TMNT feels kind of quick, but
Yeah, they're
they are
going
getting
through
a new.
creative
Yeah, they're getting a
team.
new creative team. Hold on, I gotta disable my ad blocker for the Hollywood Reporter. Jeez, Lou.
I did not realize that they were. Yeah, I get. I mean, and it makes sense. I mean, Jason Aaron's been writing. I don't know what the most recent issue was, but it's
I
been.
think he's gonna end at 12, and they're like 10. 10 was the last one I
Yeah,
read. I guess if he just wanted to be on there for a year, he's doing some cool stuff. But
yeah.
we we have Jin Liu Yang, who just won an Eisner last night, and Freddie Williams III will be taking over the main TMNT at issue 13. So yeah, Jason Aaron, I don't think we even have any preview art. Yeah, we do. Well, this is a cover by Dustin Nguyen, but
Great cover.
very cool cover. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Jason Aaron was just there to like bring them back together or something.
Yeah, he just had it. Like, I got one story in me, and I'm out.
I got it. Big one too. A lot of court.
Yeah.
It's a court drama.
I need new razors for my head. That's what he
The
was
TMNT court drama.
saying.
So,
We got turtles.
All right. The last bit of news that I have, which works out pretty well for the time, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a new series, new world, new publisher too. Moving over to Dynamite, returning to Dynamite. I've never read a Buffy comic from Dynamite, so I don't know. But this is going to be written by Kelly Thompson, which, I mean, if you're reading Birds of Prey, you know. There's not a lot known. I don't even see an artist name. Hold on.
You just sold me on the book. I did not.
Oh, yeah. I saw Kelly Thompson. I was like, I'm in.
I saw I think I read one Buffy comic way back in the day that Joss Whedon was writing. And it was fine. Like, but Kelly Thompson, you've got my. I love Buffy. I watched all 7 seasons. I'm excited that there's a reboot, but also I'm kind of like, it's not something that I need in my life.
Mm.
But Give me Kelly Thompson, and I'm there.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things happening with Buffy, so maybe they wanted a fresh start. I mean, Boom gave them a pretty fresh start back in 2019 or something. Because I think before that it was just like little miniseries or that Buffy season 8 from Dark Horse. So yeah, it's such a big property. It makes sense that they would want to do something else. So, okay. Do you have Jeff? Do you have any other news that you wanted to talk about? Because I have one more thing that we can do, and then we can talk about. We're also going to do a comic review for an upcoming comic for this week. But did you have anything else that we didn't check before I move on to that?
I don't, but I will scroll through threads real quick to see if we've missed anything in the last hour while you're presenting your last thing.
It's too early over there. They're still asleep.
Yeah, it's just 9 o'clock there. There's nothing.
That's right. That's why I was surprised that Carlos was messaging, sending messages at 10. It's 8 in the morning in Vegas. But, Jeff, as we move on to the next thing, and any other big news out of Comic-Con, we'll definitely, talk or whatever. How's your Spanish?
The Quito.
As far as understanding it. Do you understand more than you can say?
I could probably understand a little bit more than I can say. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to watch a trailer for AztecBatman, but the only one I found directly from Warner Brothers is from their Latin America channel, so it's in Spanish. But I guess we can watch the one for.
They're definitely going for
IGN.
Pacific crowd.
They have, IGN has the exclusive trailer, I guess, in English. So. Yeah, let's check out this trailer for Batman Aztec. Let's see let's see. Let me do this. How does this work?
Threads is nothing but still talking about the South Park episode.
No, I'm kind of over South Park for a few years, but I did hear about that. All right, here's the trailer for AztecBatman. They announced this. Here, hold on. They announced this a long time ago, like maybe 2022. I remember doing a video that for some reason did very well because it seemed like a really cool idea, but then I didn't hear anything about it. Then James Gunn came and took over the DCU, and I'm like, I guess that's not happening anymore.
But he found it on the shelf with Batgirl.
Yeah. Well, we didn't tax write off this one. All right, I guess we'll put it on somewhere. Probably HBO Max. All right, so let's check it out. Let's check out the trailer for AztecBatman, Clash of Empires.
A wise man told me once, fear can kill you.
Oh man, I totally understand Spanish.
You totally understand Spanish?
Yeah, I'm getting every word.
Good.
My son, when you take my place, it'll be your duty to always be ready for battle.
What are those?
I'm over it. Whoa.
My hands control the power of destiny. What I want is gold.
Impossible. We have strict rules in place that forbid this.
Rules are rules.
This pearl necklace.
Slaughter them all!
Are you all right? Where's your father? I'm going to stop Cortez. I want you to train me to become the greatest warrior that the world has ever known.
Awesome.
What else do you require, my lord? Fear.
Even with all of your training, I still can't defeat them.
If only there was somebody who was stealthy. Find that bat and that cat.
Put your trust
What the hell?
in me.
What is going on?
Cortez must stand and face my vengeance.
Not vengeance, but through sacrifice.
You've been given a sacred mission. Whether you accept it or not, it's the truth. Tell us, War Leader, what are your orders? Attack!
Okay, so it's a movie.
A real movie.
Man, I was like, all right, Catwoman makes sense. All right, Cortez is kind of like a Two-Face. That makes sense. But the Joker jump scare, well, I was like, what the hell?
At that point, I was like, give me a small fur trader that's also the Penguin.
Like, you have to throw every Batman thing into this thing.
Poison Ivy's in it.
Poison Ivy? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll watch it, though. It comes out September 19th on digital, and the 23rd on 4K, Blu-ray, whatever. Why don't they just do same day release for both? That's weird. I don't know. I'm watching it.
How much
I was very interested in this already. So
wait, what? When does it come out? Because it'll be out on Max like 2 months after that, maybe.
September 19th on digital, 23rd on Blu-ray DVD. So, and it does have a Spanish version of this. So, I mean, we just watched the Spanish trailer, so obviously Jeff understood everything.
Yeah, I understood every word. I
did not know I was way better. Yeah. Jeff is going to go out into the war real cocky that his Spanish got a lot better.
Guys, I'm going to one of those one of those little taquerias that I'm afraid to walk into because
that's right. Hey, as long as you bring cash, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. So, all right. That's all the news we have. I did have a thing where James Gunn released the mural for all that. But I don't have a good way to display it, and I didn't do much research into who all is on the thing.
I know who they are. I do know who they all are.
All right, let me see if I can find a good picture to show here. It's just, man, it looks so bad. It's because they're too long. There's two pictures that are really
so long.
So, like, I don't have a good way to show them. But let me see. Let me open image in new tab. See how. All right, we'll see what this looks like. Here, we'll use this one because there's two pictures. Well, I guess two sides of the mural. There you go. I think I can zoom in. Oh, maybe. Oh, no, not that one. Enhance. Where's Harrison Ford?
Zoom enhance.
There we go. All right, Jeff. We're gonna start from this side, and then you can just tell me who you recognize.
So going from left to right, we've got Madame Xanadu.
Okay.
So I thought initially that was Shining Knight, but I've seen somebody say that it is Silent Knight, who I do not know of.
His less known brother.
Yes, his less known brother. At first, I thought this was Hippolyta. Then I thought it was Horsewoman, who was a DC character, but I am told it is Exoristos.
Sure.
That is John Valor, who I learned from reading that recent issue of the New History of the DC Universe.
Oh.
Yeah, that is Miss Liberty. That is Max Mercury, but it was one of his other alter identities. There's been some. Okay. I think it's Windrunner. There's been some other people that say otherwise. Super Chief, who I'm not really familiar with at all.
This is not Beast Mortis from AEW?
It's Beast Mortis from AEW. El Diablo.
Okay.
Not El Zorro. Not El Zorro. El Diablo.
So, because Marvel has their own El Diablo character, they may or may not have gotten name checked in the Fantastic Four film.
That's right. Different El Diablos. Okay. Slam Bradley. I thought that was Ted Grant for a bit, but it's apparently Slam Bradley.
We do have a Ted Grant later on. That one I did recognize.
We do have it. So this one I had no idea, and the internet has told me that it is Ghost of Flanders.
Ned Flanders. Got it.
Ned Flanders. Sandman.
Sandman, the original Sandman, yes.
The original Sandman, Amazing Man.
Amazing Man, who you may or may not be able to see on that Justice League thing next week that comes out, that comic book.
Oh, I'm not super familiar with Amazing Man. I remember him from like 80s comics, kind of 80s, 90s comics. Zatara.
Zatanna, right?
Zatara Zatanna.
Oh,
That's
cool.
correct.
All right. Now let me figure out how to display the other picture. Let me see. What did I do to be able to see that? God, technology. All right. There we go. This is Liberty Bell.
Ah, that is Liberty Bell. Followed by Bullet Man.
This is not the guy from Arrested Development that Martin Short played.
Yeah. Max Mercury making his second.
Okay, so if you put them together in the first
he's
picture,
like starting
he's got the runner's pose, and then he's running. Okay.
Yeah, that is Bullet Girl.
Oh, okay. They go they go together.
They go together. We've got TNT and Dynamite.
The Dynamite Kid.
The Dynamite Kid. Phantom Lady.
Oh, very Emma Frost. Watch yourself. She's coming.
Yeah, good old thing. Look out. Atomic Knight.
The Atom? Wait, who is this? Atom Knight?
Atomic Knight.
Atomic Knight, of course. You know, I almost put that together myself in my head just because of the design. Well done to the designers.
Yeah. This is Buana Beast, or somebody called him Freedom Beast, who was like the replacement to Buana Beast, or the successor to Buana Beast.
So the cheetah comes along with Buana Beast, I imagine?
I think so, because Buana Beast is able to speak to animals.
Or is the cheetah there for Ted?
The cheetah might be there for Ted Grant. Wildcat. I love this vibe.
Is that vibe? Oh, I didn't. And this is from the Shatterstar.
This is Shatterstar. This is Gunfire. I thought it was who is that Spider-Man villain that from the Todd McFarlane years? It's like
I know who you're talking about. I can't.
He wears the green.
Yeah,
he's I see Eric Larson draw him all the time. And then Maxwell Lord is on the end.
Maxwell Lord. Oh, I wonder, is Maxwell Lord metahuman, or is he just because he's since he's sponsoring everything, does he get to be in the mural?
It's his mural. He gets to be in the mural because it's his stuff.
All right. Well, there you have it. Thank you, Jeff, for your encyclopedic knowledge of comic books. I'm glad I threw that on the chat yesterday because when James Gunn released it, which I love his post is like, you wanted it, here you go, full detail, nerds, go for it. And then it launched 1,000 videos.
It did. It certainly. I didn't even notice that. Like after the movie, then people were talking about the mural, and I was like, "Oh, I did not see the mural at all." I must have
just
been
like what mural?
Looking at another part of the screen or something.
You can see it behind when Hawkgirl and Green Lantern are doing a TikTok dance in the little not behind the scenes, but. I think Isabella Merced's Instagram or something, she put up a video where she was making Nathan Fillion dance. I thought that was adorable and great. Which I love in some of the interviews, like Nathan Fillion, he's voiced Vigilante, right?
The
Just
Green Lantern.
Animated. I think he voiced a couple of people.
He's voiced Green Lantern. He was Green Lantern in the Green Lantern animated series, I think.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He's definitely Green Lantern in the Doom Justice League movie.
Yes.
The animated Doom movie.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, so cool. All right. Last thing, and then we'll probably get out of here because I think I like these shorter streams. We'll come back and talk about comic books probably tomorrow morning. So if you're really interested, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. But we're gonna do our friend David Pepos sent a new comic book for us to check out, coming out from MadCaveStudios, which I did check my email. They also sent us a comic. But, David Pebbles has been on the channel, I think 1 or 2 times maybe. But next week comes out SpeedRacer #1 from MadCaveStudios, written by David Pebbles with art by David Tinto, Rex Locus on colors, and letters by Buddy Boudouin, maybe. Now, before we get into the book, Jeff, how familiar or how? Tell me a little bit about your Speed Racer background.
Very, very little. I watched the cartoon as like a little kid, the old cartoon, so I'm familiar with like all the characters and the like just the basic general knowledge. There's a Racer X, Speed Racer, and there's a monkey, and the car looks cool. But outside of that, like I never really got to. I've seen clips and bits and pieces of the
Wachowski film,
the Wachowski film, and I hear it's great. Like everybody speaks very highly of it. I've just never watched it.
I'm scared to watch it because of that. Because I'm like, what if I don't like it? And then all those people that love it,
a little bit the same, yeah.
What
I've seen is like spectacle, but I'm just also like, and I loved, and like, there's nothing that I am like particularly like John Goodman. I'm like, oh, John Goodman, you know, like
I love John Goodman, and reading the character on this, I'm like, I understand why they cast John Goodman. Like when you read it in the comic. So, all right. So this is an all new. Well, I guess I'm very similar with you. I watched the cartoon. I haven't seen the film, so nothing new there. So, in this book, though, a new interpretation of Tatsuo Yoshida's classic manga / anime, Mac Go Go Go, known to Western audiences as Speed Racer. I didn't even know this was a manga. I guess it makes sense. I always thought it was a Western cartoon for some reason.
No, I knew it was from Japan. I just didn't.
So Speed Racer lives for the thrill of the race, but on the underground circuit, the rules are anything goes. Dodging bullets, explosions, and dirty tricks. He's got one goal: to prove he's the best. But when a dangerous syndicate targets his family, Speed's greatest challenge won't be on the track. It'll be on the streets with police closing in on a masked racer lurking in the shadows. Speed is about to learn that some races can't be won with horsepower alone. So Jeff, what did you? I guess not spoilery because we don't want to ruin anything for people. Although I guess if you've seen the manga or the movie, there's a big twist about this. We won't tell you what the twist is, but we'll definitely discuss it. But Jeff, what did you think of this book?
I enjoyed it. There's a bit of a twist to the Speed Racer lore that I am familiar with. It's just it kind of reminded me. We did a review of Wacky Racers, the book Wacky Racers, which is also a sort of racing book where all the cars have like modifications that makes them more tactical, I guess would be the word to say. So there's a little bit of that in this. It's just a little bit more, as fantastical as it still is, it's a bit grittier and than what I'm normally used to in my Speed Racers. Not that that's a bad thing. It was very I don't know. It was good. I don't know if I would necessarily like. It feels like a trade read for me, honestly. But it definitely has a hook if you're a Speed Racer fan.
I agree.
Hook you.
I like what David Pebbles been doing with some of his other adaptations, like Space Ghost. You know, like I'm behind on the book, but I like what I read so far. And just even from the creator on stuff like, you know, The Devil That Wears My Face and stuff like that. And of course his work at Marvel. So I'll always definitely check out a number one. It does make it easier when we send review copies, but that doesn't really skew my view of any of that. Like I enjoyed the book. I immediately understood what they were trying to do with the character, like update it a little bit, change it. It definitely feels very different. Whereas
and everybody's in it. So like Speed's in it, Trixie, the monkey
Trixie shows up,
Pops.
You know, Dad, Razor X, like everything's in it. So
Razor X.
We won't talk about the Razor X of it all. If you're not familiar with that, I think that's a really fun thread to pull on. But you're right. I liked it. Reminded me of things that I enjoyed about this, like the cars and the designs and everything. I think the art fits very well because it's a very manga influenced style that still feels like a comic book, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when it comes to some of the more, I was gonna say slower scenes, but like some of the more quiet scenes, like we see Speed and Trixie meet at a cafe, and then just have conversations. The flashbacks are very much done in more of the Western comic book style, as opposed to like manga, where it's just like they make everything grayscale or like stuff like that. And there's a monkey in the book, so like I mean I don't know what to tell you. There's a monkey in the book. So yeah, I like this. I like this enough. I think like you, just because I'm reading so much stuff, this may not be immediately at the top of my pile, but I'll definitely go pick up number 1 because let me share my screen real quick again.
I also find them hard. It's hard for me to like get into like racing comics or just racing in general. I'm just not into racing. I tried it. I mean, I used to watch that F1 on Netflix show, and it was kind of interesting, but I have no interest in watching like the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Maybe I'll watch it eventually, but I hear it's good.
I mean, it'll be on
like
Apple
Ford. Soon. I like the Ford. What was the
Ford versus Ferrari?
Ford versus Ferrari movie I thought was really good. But I just racing things just don't jump out at me right off the bat.
Fair enough. Well, this is definitely not Ford versus Ferrari, but
yet
there's some really cool covers, like the retro cover here by Sean Galloway. This is fun. Like this really screams like the anime at me. Even like little cohorts and the monkey.
But if I were to pick up that cover and then read the book, I'd feel a little. This is
this
is
for sure.
Vibes. Not the right vibes. That is the right vibe.
This is the vibe. This is also by the same artist. This is by the interior artist. So this actually feels a little bit less like the interior. This feels a little bit more stylized for the cover, even though it's also
that's a cool cover though.
Yeah, it's very cool. This one's also very cool by Nicoletta Baldari, but that's really more about the car. This one feels like, I feel like a lot of the time these artists get commissioned to do covers, but they don't get given the script or anything. They're just like, just vibe with it, which is, I mean, really cool vibes. I also really like this one, Sebastian Pires. He also would have been I like the interior artist, but I think he also would have been great on interiors on this, but he's also got his own series going on right now. And then the blank cover, the little magazine style cover by Chris Batista.
I like that.
The J.M. Ken Nimura. This is more of a manga style cover, I think. This feels like the first volume of a manga, like when you go pick it up. That's what it will look like. So cool. Well, yeah, very, very excited to see how this book is received. But I think over here, like Jeff said, if you are looking for more SpeedRacer or you're a fan of the original property and you grew up with it, I think you'll enjoy this because it definitely feels like a book that's aimed at the audience that kind of grew up with this and now they're more, they're older and they're like,
it feels like the same thing they're doing with Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yes,
whereas
exactly.
Like it has the vibes of that original G1 stuff. But
let's round out these characters, give them an extra dimension from the cartoon that was very, like in the anime, a lot of it was just like, oh, can you win the race? And it's really related. It's all about the race. In this one, it reminds you like, oh, these are people.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They have other things to worry about as well, on top of everything that's going on, right? But they definitely, they introduce a lot of the aspect, like the gang or whatever, and putting his family in peril. So, all right. Well, there you have it. Jeff, do you have anything else before we close out today's show?
No. If we're gonna be back to talk comics, which gives me an extra day to read the comics because I'm only halfway through my pull.
It gives me an extra day to go around and figure out if I can find more comic books. After this, I got the FOMO from San Diego Comic-Con, so I need to go. I need to go. Some more comics.
You need to hit up, maybe there's a garage sale out there or something. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's my dream, is finding a garage sale or a estate sale where there's like, oh, we have all these comics that
and also dead person while I'm doing that, it's not 90 plus degrees outside.
Yeah, well, it's not 147.
I know people in San Diego living it up with 73 degrees right next to the coast. People in Vegas are a lot more hot, but at least they're inside the casinos. So
There's some cool toys coming out of San Diego as well. Maybe we can look at that tomorrow.
I saw. Yeah, I'm not a big toy person as far as the action figures that they put out, but I saw a Mephisto action figure that looks very cool. I don't know if it comes with the full chair though. So
I saw
we'll be
that
back tomorrow. Yeah.
The Lego Soundwave from the Transformers, the G1 Soundwave Lego design.
Oh yeah.
Which has active tapes that you can stick inside and transform, and comes with a voice box, so you can hear that cool Soundwave voice.
I put up a little short of some video I found online of the Lego Batman Arkham Asylum set that they're releasing.
Oh yeah, the Lego Arkham set. Yeah.
Anyway, not the biggest choice, but like you said, I'm glad that they're kind of reverting back to. This should be about the comics, should be about the toys, should be about the experiences. I mean, there's still, like I said, today there'll still be a lot of like TV stuff, like Marvel TV.
Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe.
I think Tron, they released a trailer earlier, so I'm sure they'll have a panel. That Tron Ares movie looks really cool. And the soundtrack
does look cool. I don't know if I've ever been blown away by a Tron movie, though.
I need to go back and watch them now as an adult, because all the memories I have, like I mean, look, who didn't have a crush on Olivia Wilde in that second Tron movie?
Right.
So, but that's really all I remember, right? And of course, what's his name? Oh, geez, the main character, the dude.
Jeff,
help me out.
Jeff
Bridges. Thank you.
Jeff Bridges.
I couldn't think of him because he has your same first name.
Yeah.
So
that's why I couldn't get past Jeff. I was like, it's
you're
me.
just blocking me. Did you read for book club? Did you get that read done for tonight?
I have like a couple of more issues to do.
Okay.
But I read it back in the day.
You read it when it came out?
Yeah, and I think, to spoil book club a little bit for for you and the other two people watching, I think that it reads better. The Imaginauts part of Mark Waid's Fantastic Four run reads 10 times better if you read the Doom stuff immediately after it. Because
funny you say that,
because I saw your thing and you went backwards.
Yeah, earlier this week I was looking for stories to read, and the Unthinkable is very popular, so I read that. So then going back into this, because I was reading it all on the Unlimited app. So yeah, I think that'll be an interesting discussion, because this really also feels like a very serialized comic, and it highlights some of the things that I hadn't been too much into Fantastic Four, but I do love seeing the thing drawn by Mike Waringo. The thing. It's a thing to behold.
All the Mike Waringo artwork is just, I love it. It feels weird during the Doom part, because the Doom part is so dark.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and I have such fond memories of reading it. So I'm glad we're reading it. I also think, we'll get to it tonight.
We'll get to it. We'll talk about it tonight. So okay, cool. Well, there you have it. Come back tomorrow morning. We'll be talking comics for this week and maybe some movie stuff. I don't think I have anything else to say about Happy Gilmore 2. So there you have it.
Yeah,
so,
don't waste any more of that life.
No, please no. Yeah, unless you really want to just perfect background movie, I think, because then you can just look over. Unless you're a really big fan of MJF, I guess he's in a lot of the movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Compared to Becky Lynch, yeah. So all right, we're getting the signal here from our producer.
Wrap it up.
You got Lex. So yes. We'll stay tuned for all that. We'll talk more about next week. Fantastic Four First Steps. That's on the schedule. That's what we're thinking. We'll see. Josh hasn't seen the movie, but he said he's going to this week when he comes back from vacation. So we'll talk about that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hell, Bebo.
But I love you.